Hi, and welcome everybody to this week's episode of Preloved Chica Show. I've got with me today Ria Jewell, who is all the way from Liverpool. Is that right, Ria?
Yes, it is. Yes.
And you know, it was my first ever visit to Liverpool 2 weeks ago, and I met you at a vintage craft fair, isn't that right?
A little vintage fair, yeah, in Waterloo.
And do you do a lot of vintage craft fairs?
I do, yes. They're just a great way to get out there what I do and sort of the shopping as well with all the vintage.
Yeah, because you sell things at these fairs, don't you? But I really want to go back a step, and I'd like to find out how you got into the whole vintage thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, my love of vintage is sort of because you love the luxurious fabrics, the cuts, the styles. Yeah, everything was just so much more. And that's what I love about it, sort of thing, 1920s eras and things like that. So I like to develop that into my own range, and sort of hopefully that comes through in that. Yeah.
Because you actually will take maybe vintage fabrics and then make something else out of them.
That's right, yeah. So take the vintage fabric because the qualities and the styles of them are just lovely, the prints, anything like that, and then create something new but still keeping those vintage lines in the fabrics.
Now you've got something to one side, and you're going to show us something that you've created that's going to be in a fashion show just this weekend. So tell me what you've got behind you there.
We've got this outfit here, which is going in the Ladies at Lunch on Hope Street this weekend, and it's sort of, we've got the full skirt, which you can't quite see here, but that sort of classic of, you know, a 1950s sort of style, and then we've sort of made it more modern and new. It's actually got halter neck and a cutout back there and a tie at the top. It's actually two-piece, but it creates the illusion of a one piece, and it's all using vintage fabrics.
Is it velvet? It looks almost like a velvety material.
It's actually a black woven fabric, but it's got gold embroidery running through it, so it's very special.
Oh, it does look special. So the skirt, is that like a very full skirt when you say 1950s style? Is that one that goes way out?
It is. It's a very full skirt. It's got a high waistband as well. So it's got a very high waistband on it. Very, very unique and different.
Wow. And so tell me a little bit about this fashion show then. What will people expect at the fashion show that you're running?
Well, I'm not actually running it. It's a Liverpool-based company running it, and it's highlighting 6 designers, and we're all from different areas. Mine is sort of the vintage-inspired side of the fashion world, and then we've got some young designers on there as well. But there'll be 6 showcasing designers, and then some lovely ladies, and they'll all be watching the catwalk show and then having a lovely lunch together.
And will people be able to buy some of your outfits if they want to?
Yes, they will. After the fashion show, they will have the lunch, and then there'll be an opportunity to buy after they've had their lunch.
Oh, I think I need to be up in Liverpool. I need to be up north for this for Friday. That sounds fabulous. And what else have you got behind you? What are those dresses there?
Well, I'll just move this one out of the way, and we've got some more here. This one is again using vintage fabrics. It's got a lot of embroidery creation on this one, so this is all hand embroidered, but again to give that luxurious sort of vintage style feel, but again giving it a modern twist. We've got a shorter length and cap sleeves and a little bit of a lower back on that one as well. So yes, and then we've got, this is my Betty dress. So my Betty dress, I'll get my Betty dress down.
Oh, I don't know what you mean by Betty. Can you explain that?
Plain Betty dress. It's called the Betty dress, and we have the Betty blouse. Now they're all named Betty after my Auntie Betty, because she gave me some of my original vintage fabrics that I started to create this in. So I have this in several fabrics, and some have sleeves and some don't have sleeves, but they're now called the Betty dress and the Betty blouse.
Oh, after your Aunt Betty. That is fantastic. And so where would people be able to look more to find these clothes? I mean, you've got a website, haven't you?
Yes, cnvboutique.co.uk.
Yeah, I didn't actually introduce you, so I'm sorry for that. But C&V Boutique.co.uk. You've got a shop on there so people can actually buy Betty clothes. Is that right?
Yes, they can. Yes.
Yeah.
They can get their own Betty blouse.
Right. Oh my gosh. And so do you actually make these by hand? Are you using machines? How do you go about creating your beautiful clothes?
Right. The process of it is, some of it is using the machine, but then some of the finishes, I'll use hand finishes on them, which you wouldn't necessarily get in lots of manufactured garments. So you'll get your sort of process of certain elements are better off done on a machine, and then the little bits, fine finishings, all hand finished. I'll try to use French seams as well if I can, because I like tidy seams.
That sounds complex. I'm not a sewer. Yes, one day. But I'm sure people who are listening will know what you're talking about. So where do you see the future of your business going? I know you've actually got a physical shop.
Yeah.
But where do you see yourself moving into in the next few years?
The aim would be to sort of develop the line of my own clothing, and perhaps even sort of start creating my own fabrics to make the clothing in, so it makes it that bit more unique as well. But yeah, expand on my own line of clothing. Yes, definitely.
Excellent. And where you said about making your own fabric, where do you currently source your fabric? I know your Betty fabric has been given to you long ago, and the style is there. But where would you get fabric from today?
I like lots of nice print fabrics, so I can go to some of the big places like Liberty and get some gorgeous prints. But at the same time, I like to have the unique fabrics that you can pick up at vintage markets, so it makes it more exclusive. So you go to the vintage market and you might get a piece that's 1 meter or 2 meters. It means you can make a few things out of it, but again, the quality's there in the vintage fabrics, and they're just prints and designs that you're not going to be able to buy on the high street now.
That's brilliant. So what's your favourite vintage item?
My favourite vintage item at the moment, of my own personally, or something that I've made with vintage fabrics, which would you?
Oh, I tell you what. Well, what do you love wearing then? What's your favourite vintage thing that you wear that maybe you wouldn't part with?
Yes, I have got a dress that I just wouldn't part with, and it's a black knitted dress. It's a gorgeous 1950s dress. It's very fitted, lots of gold bead work on it. You have to have an occasion to wear it, because it's not a daytime dress, and plus the fact I want to keep it nice. But that is definitely, yes, my most favourite item ever.
So that's not going in your shop? No way.
No, it's not.
Now, is it true that a lot of the vintage clothes are, do have beads and embellishments? Is that, I mean, what are the characteristics of vintage?
It depends on, a lot of my friends have different eras they specialise in. So I suppose it depends on what area you're passionate about, because I do love the eras where it's beaded and it's embellished, but then I have friends that they specialise in 60s and 70s, which is very, very on trend with the younger generation at the moment, sort of thing, very boho chic. But yes, I love the beaded grandeur of the sequins and 1920s style sparkle.
Well, I'm certainly into the sequins and the beads, but who knows? I mean, I don't think I've got anything that's very, very old, but I'll have a little look out. I'll keep a lookout. You never know. I might get something one of these places, one of these days, and I'll have to share what I find with you, because you've got a Pinterest board, or Pinterest boards, haven't you? You've got Facebook. Do you want to just say how people can find those various channels?
Yeah, if you search mostly for Ria Jewell's C&V Boutique on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook, you'll find me on all three of those. and Pinterest. I think I might. It is under Ria as well, but it'll have the /C&V Boutique. So C&V Boutique or Ria Jewels, and you'll find me on any of those.
That's excellent, and I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, some of the photographs of the clothes that you were just sharing from that fashion shoot, and that will be on Friday. So I look forward to seeing those. But in the meantime, is there anything else you want to finish with, Ria? Anything else you'd like to say?
Just keep checking back and having a look. Find me on the social media sites so you can keep up to date, because they're the best ways of keeping up to date with what we're doing, what we're creating, where we're going to be at, which we've got a few events we're in the run up to Christmas that you can certainly come and visit us and say hi and have a look, you know, get to feel the fabrics and have a look properly.
I know what you mean about that. I love touching clothes and just the textures and seeing the colours, because, you know, as we're broadcasting now, the colours of those clothes that you're showing probably won't look exactly like they look in real life. So there's nothing, you can't beat that, can you? You're not coming down to London or anywhere further south, are you, in the future?
No, I would like to. That should be on my list of where I see myself in the future. Yes, I would like to find some maybe concessions or retail space, London-based. That would be, yes, something in the next 12 months I'd like to look at. So yes, I would say yes. So you'll have to keep posted on social media to find out.
I will indeed. And I am so grateful you gave up some time to come and join me today. It was just a chance meeting, and fabulous. And hopefully we'll meet again, and maybe we can do another one of these broadcasts and you can tell me how things are going.
That's great. Yes, thank you very much for having me today.
Thanks very much, Ria. Bye for now, everyone. Till next time. Bye.